Well, hello everyone. Welcome to this special edition of Travel Talk Tuesday. We thank you for joining today for Travel Talk Tuesday special edition about exploring beyond Europe. Exploring beyond Europe. The first destination we're going to talk about is in Ecuador. We've got about maybe 10-15 minutes of talking about Ecuador, and then later on, the last 10 minutes is our tours that we take to Africa, to Tanzania. So exploring beyond Europe, Ecuador, and the Galapagos in 10 to 13 days. We're running a special on this for the next until the 15th of next month of December. $100 discount off this tour price. And this tour is going on about a year from now, next November, beginning November the 1st. So you can see two maps here, one on the left-hand side, which is mainland Ecuador, and the capital city of Quito, where we begin the tour. And then the map on the right-hand side is the Galapagos Islands, which are, about 800 miles or so to the east of Ecuador. So the tour begins in Quito, the capital city of Ecuador. It has a population of around 2 million people, so the largest city in Ecuador. And also, just a fun fact here, is the second highest elevation city in all of the world. And that is about 9,200 feet, 9,200 feet above sea level. So if you're going to fly into there, maybe you want to think about getting there a day or so early to get acclimated to that altitude gain if you're a flatlander like me who lives in Florida. Well, we begin in Quito and we stay at this modern Swiss hotel there, and we're 2 days to experience the culture, the art, the history of this beautiful city. You know that most of cities in South America and most of South America was rediscovered by the Europeans, the Spanish, the Portuguese, as they did their explorations in the 14th and 15th century throughout the world. And so Ecuador, no stranger to that. So you'll notice many different icons, especially like this cathedral, which look like many of the cathedrals you might encounter in Europe as well. Like I said, we'll spend a couple of days in Quito, the capital there, exploring the back alleys like this right here, and also the main tourist destinations and some museums and art, history, and culture of this South American country. From there, we go on sort of a 4-day vacation, really, is what I'm calling it, because we go out into the countryside, into the hinterlands of Ecuador, and there's a huge volcano there called Cotopaxi. And so we'll be there and kind of staying at two different spa resort areas to the south and also to the west of Quito to just kind of chill out and get acclimated. But this is one of the crater lakes. This is Quilitota, and it's a crater lake and an extinct volcano. We'll end up at this place kind of maybe 150 miles south of Quito. In the distance, you can see this one of the highest mountains, Cotopaxi there. And you can see that there, and we'll stay at one of these haciendas in this region called El Porvenir. And so we'll be there. These are some of the abodes that we'll be staying in, the haciendas or the spa resorts that were there. This is one of the bedrooms, the spas that are there. And we'll also have an opportunity to kind of choose what you want to do. You can go hiking if you want to and go to the Cotopaxi Mountain. You can do some horseback riding. You can wander around, a whole lot of wildlife to look at. Nothing like lions, tigers, and bears, but a whole lot of other kind of wildlife that aren't so daunting, I think, there. And so we'll do that for a couple of days. Then we'll head north just to the west of Quito and stay in this other area, which is known for its famous hot springs and the spa area there. And so we'll be there as well to and experience all of that. In the meantime, you'll have plenty of time to get out to explore. There'll be excursions led by the local guides and everything else. But if you just want to chill out by the pool side or enjoy the ambiance and rest and relax, this is your time to do it. Plenty of fine, good food and everything there. And from that point, we go back to Quito and fly out on our day 6 of the tour. We fly from Quito and we fly to the Galapagos Islands. And from there, we board our private yacht, the Anahi. And by the way, this whole tour is set up by some friends of mine. Anahi is actually a real person, and her brother David Torres, David and Anahi Torres, on the tour company that we know and we work with. We're personal friends with them. We've traveled with them to several places in the world, actually a lot of places in the United States with these travel shows that we attend, but we also traveled with them to Africa a couple of years ago as well to do some exploring as well. So Anahi and David, and especially David, is in charge and will be wonderful and with us as we go to the Galapagos as well. So we board this yacht. We're limited to 12 people here because that's all the staterooms there are. And you can see this is a catamaran. So on the catamaran, you can see that there's 2 hulls there. And situated in those hulls are 3 staterooms that are public for us to use. 3 staterooms on either side, so making room for 12 people, along with a couple other spots for Charlotte and I and the crew as well. But we'll have a great time. We'll board the boat, get on, and that'll be our accommodations for the next 5 days or 8 days, depending on how long you want to stay with us. I've got stars here where we are, so we'll arrive right here on this island, and we'll visit a place called the Bacchus Beach. A little bit about the boat as well. So this is one of the staterooms. All pretty much look like this because you can see they're inside the hull of that catamaran. Bathrooms are very nice and exquisite as well. All modern public facilities, staterooms, and then up top, plenty of room to relax and enjoy. Several decks to enjoy, swimming decks as well. This is just a top first-class superior catamaran yacht that sails through the Galapagos. Now, if you've done any research on the Galapagos Islands, you know that it's very highly regulated, and it takes a lot of doing to get a permit to go there. And our friends, the Torres, David and Anahi, have taken a lot of people just like us to this area, and David is a certified naturalist for the Galapagos as well, and has all the documentations to be able to, he and his team of guides lead us around and see all of the islands in the Galapagos. Just some more photos of the yacht Anahi. From there, we're there for 1 day, and then what happens next is that we take this voyage to the north. You see the star up here, and we're going up to Darwin Bay and also the island called Boracay. And we'll visit there, and it's a beautiful sandy beaches. We'll have an opportunity to get out, guys, and see things because there's a lot of flora and fauna. There's a lot of beaches, and there's certainly a lot of wildlife for us to take a look at. So just some images of that wildlife. It's a lot of birding. So these are red-feeted or red-footed boobies. I guess there's a lot of boobies here in these Galapagos Islands. So you'll see these all over the place. We'll have times to jump into the water, snorkel, and even scuba dive if you're certified to do that, but snorkel and see all kind of wildlife from fish, even sharks and dolphins, also porpoises, and also sea turtles and everything in between. So we'll have an opportunity to do that. And then we'll visit this plaza in Santa Fe Island on the 8th day of our tour. This is on Sunday. This island is known for this red type of flora it is in the soil of the island, and it's for the iron basically is what it is that turns everything that color, and it's a beautiful flora and fauna there on the island. You can see one of the yachts in the bay out there, but you'll have an opportunity to get on the island. We also have swim stops or sightseeing swim stops every day as well for you to jump in the water and experience everything. By the way, Ecuador is on the equator, and so the temperature is pretty consistent all year round. So I just checked it today. It was what, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon there and 78 degrees. And then it gets down into the high 50s in the evening. So very comfortable. So you'll in November, it'll be a great time to visit there. Some more of this Santa Fe Island rock formations with the iron deposits in it as well. These iguanas, so there's marine iguanas and land iguanas, and you know what? I'm not intelligent enough to tell what's what, but that's a pretty good photo of an iguana, I must say. From there, we head on down. You can see if you're looking at the map on the right-hand side, we head on back to the main island where we started, and we visit that Santa Fe Island and where we began, and we visit Plazas Island and Santa Fe Island. On that side, you'll have a time to do some kayaking if you'd like to, some hiking onto the island, seeing some bird nesting areas, possibly some sea lions. I think you'll see those almost every place we visit. And then from that point on Monday, day number 9, which is the 9th of November next year, we'll move on over to the next island further to the east, and that is San Cristobal Island, which is one of the highly sought after islands for us to go to, and we'll visit Kicker Rock and Isla Lobos. And from there, we see these are the very famous blue-footed boobies. I'm not really an expert. I'm nowhere near an expert on any kind of birds at all. I mean, I can tell a quail and a dove, only because I used to hunt them back in the day. But beyond that, a blue jay, a mockingbird, a red-breasted robin. But these blue-footed boobies and red-footed boobies and all of these are just fantastic here on the island of Galapagos. And if you're an avid photographer, bring your long lens and you can get some photos just like these two blue-footed boobies doing a jig there on a rock on the San Cristobal Island. A little more seals right there. This gentleman's up pretty dang close to these seals. He's taking a nap in the sun, enjoying it. And there's another rock formation off on this island called León Dormido. And so there's several islands with these big rock formations that are just beautiful to look at as well. That's day number 9 on Monday, the 9th of November. And then on the 10th, day number 10, we go back and visit this island where this center where they are nurturing the great sea tortoise and helping them to breed. And so we'll visit that for a while and see these huge sea turtles wandering around, not so much in the wild. I mean, they're in the wild, but they are being nurtured to procreate there in this area. Now, that's part 1 and 2 of our Ecuador tour, because from that point, we'll truck back across the island. You can get on the aircraft and fly back to Quito and fly back home. So that's our Ecuador tour and our 5-day Galapagos Island cruise. It goes for $71.49. That's what we're selling it for. And we'll give $100 off of that if you book it between now and the 15th of December. And all you have to do really is to scan that QR code or go online to davidmcguffin.com and, wrong way. Go to davidmcguffin.com and you'll end up on a page that ultimately looks like this to register for this tour. And you can either register or log in. So if you are a a former traveler with us in the last, let's say 2 years, we use this same booking program. So you may already have an account. You can log in. But if you're a first-time visitor and you're going to register, you can register right here, put your name, personal data in, pay your deposit, and then you'll be squared away to be a part of this tour. Remember, we only have 12 spots on this tour, and actually we don't even have that now. We have 6 spots remaining, I believe, so we're halfway filled up. And again, this is next November, beginning the 1st of November. Now, if you so choose, and I might recommend that you go ahead and choose to do this if your time and your budget allows, because you're already in Ecuador, give it another 4 days to visit a few more of the islands that are part of the Galapagos chain. And from that point, if you choose to do that, from the 10th to the 13th, you can continue on the yacht Anahi for those 4 more days and visit. We leave Santa Cristobal Island and we go to Moreno and Kicker Rock. This is Kicker Rock, and see a little bit more. You can see that we're here on the other side of the island right there. And then we go down and we cruise down to this next island called Española. And here we see these other type of boobies called the Nazca boobies, and that they proliferate on that island, along with many other type of flora, fauna, and sea life. So this is called the Gardner Bay. You can see it's a very popular place. You know, we won't be the only tour company and tour boat that will be traveling around, so they're very highly regulated here in the Galapagos. So that's about as many people as you'll see in one place as we are walking around. It's not like going to the Vatican Museum and being in a cast of 10,000 people. So this is very highly regulated, and why we're planned so far ahead to charter a boat and be a part of this tour excursion. So that's Gardner Bay, as you can see, on that island of Española. And this is also, we leave and go there the next day. We go to this island called Floriana, and this is famous for the flamingos that are occupying a lot of the inland bodies of water as well there. And so flamingo, I live in Florida, so that's not a big deal, but flamingos around the world are a big deal. And you can see those are those rich pink in color hue of the flamingos. And then we'll visit this crazy beach called the Green Beach. You can see our hand here, someone holding up the sand on the beach. And we'll talk to you a little bit about why it's green and why nothing's wrong with it. But you'll enjoy visiting that, along with the Flower Sand Beach. If you think the sand, I live in Florida, and the sand here is pretty nice. But if you're walking through that sandy beach there in the Galapagos Islands on Floriana Island, you'll know that it feels like a flower beneath your feet as you're walking through the sand. And from there, we go back to Baltra Island, and we'll visit this other area where it's called the Charles Darwin Station, and also a place where there are more sea turtles that are being nurtured to proliferate as well. So we'll see some sea turtles. We'll visit a crater there on the island as well, kind of like a rainforest area. And then we'll get on our plane and go back to Quito and fly back home as well. By the way, Quito from the eastern United States is, I think it's in the same time zone as Mountain Time here in the United States. So 2 hours away from Eastern Time Zone. And that particular segment, that 4-day tour extension, is $3,150. So $3,150 additional dollars. And if you happen to be a single traveling, there's no extra charge for a single room supplement or anything for this portion of the tour as well. That section's November 10th through the 13th. So for the extra 4 days. Again, if you want to sign up for that, you follow that link, go to davidmcguffin.com and look at Exploring Beyond Europe tours. sign up for it. So you register if you're a new traveler or if you are a tour alumni with us. You probably have a login already, so you log in and sign up for a tour. So that pretty much concludes our brand new Exploring Beyond Europe Tour 2026 next November for Ecuador and the Galapagos. So I'm venturing out to other parts of the world beyond Europe because, good night, we're not getting any younger, you know? And there's many of you who have traveled with me year after year or decade after decade and have done Europe and say, where else can we going to go? And I'm answering your question. So we're going to go to South America and to Africa. And so Africa, we just concluded this tour just a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, in August of last year. But we're rescheduling this again for 2027. Give you plenty of time to prepare. 14 to 18 people max. Really 14 is about it. Let's just say 14 people max is what we're going to do on this Serengeti safari in 11 days. We're also discounting this as well because it's August 24 to September 2nd, 2027. It's you'll need to put down a deposit for the trip, but the deposit's refundable up until August of 2026, just in case things don't work out for you. So don't worry so much about that. We always can work with you on that. So don't worry so much about that, but that's in 2027. I don't have any maps here. I can't believe I didn't do that after going through the whole series here and looking at it and reviewing it. But we're in Africa, and Africa, you know, is a whole continent upon itself, and it too, Tanzania is located right on the equator, just like Ecuador is as well. So there's very little fluctuation in the temperatures. So we're still talking about, we were there in the height of August, and it was maybe the low 80s to the mid 50s was the temperatures for that. I live in Florida, as I've already mentioned, and in August it's 100 degrees here. So very, very much different in Tanzania and Ecuador as we are on the equator. So we begin our trip by arriving in Kilimanjaro Airport, and we'll go to this area, this town, the capital called Arusha, and stay there. And we'll stay in little cabins like this overnight. It's called the River Trees Resort. We'll stay there. This is a sample. This is actually the room Charlotte and I stayed in. So the bathroom, a shower, toilet, a nice sink. Everything's highly appointed and decorated. You can see it's first class, top-notch, 5-star for that type of accommodations. And there's nothing shabby about it at all. Outside, there's plenty of open places. There's a pool. There's this outdoor eating area and indoor eating area. From there, we leave and we go south. We head toward the Serengeti and the Gorgora crater, which is a extinct volcano located in a huge, huge crater. We stay in Karatu, I guess is how maybe they say it there. And we enjoy staying at this particular lodge, Acacia Farm Lodge there. That's our group just in August of this past year, sitting there around the campfire waiting for dinner to happen up here in the cafeteria, or in the restaurant, I guess I should say. This is actually our room, Charlotte and ours room. So this is a little area, our bedroom, back porch, living area. I guess that's the bathroom and shower that I have on the right-hand side. And then from there, we leave. I'm talking about the accommodations, actually. From there, and we go and stay in 2 luxury safari, tented safari campsites. This one, Dancing Duma, is just exquisite. It's only less than 2 years old. And the folks here, we know who owns these places and who built it, and just have a great relationship with that. And so this is the Dancing Duma Luxury Safari Camp. So you can see everything's elevated off the ground on wooden decks. They are tents, but my gosh, folks, there's our bedroom. You know, it's beautiful, well appointed. You want the most comfortable bed you probably ever laid in. The bathrooms are there, beautiful sinks. Also, another view of another bedroom. Staff are just fantastic as they're there for the cooks, the wait staff, those who clean, and those who help you out and everything. A wonderful dining room there. We had as a living room in our tent that we're looking out over the Serengeti. Right hand side is just a number of the tents. I think they have going on 20 tents there after it's all said and done. And then from there, we go to the north a little bit to the Mara River, and we stayed at the Baobab luxury camp, very similar in appointments and accommodations to the Dancing Duma camp. That's me with the chef, one of the young ladies who was working there at the bar. And let's see, I think I have a little to say. Nothing here from the Mara River, northern Serengeti, sunset going on right here. We spent the entire day on the Mara River watching the Great Migration, and now it's sunset. So from right here in the plains of the Serengeti, northern Serengeti, your adventure starts right here with David McGuffin's Exploring Beyond Europe. So I've kind of divided this part of the presentation up with the elements of the tour. So first of all, I talked to you about the destinations, and now about where we're staying and everything. So that's that. So now we're going to go to the happy people that are all over the place. I want to tell you, those folks are the happiest people in the world. You know, I thought we had a whole lot of fun, but these guys everywhere we met, the camp staff, the tour guides, the drivers, everybody was just there to have fun, enjoy very professionally, being with you and sharing their culture with you. And it's just nothing like it ever in the world that I have experienced. By the way, they have alcohol down there. Here you got Kilimanjaro beer, and so they also have mixed drinks, all the wine you want to get. We're in Africa, South African wine, all of that. So no problem with any of that. If you like it, water is always from a bottle. You don't drink the water that's there, so you always drink water from the bottle, but there's plenty provided for you all the time, and the food is fantastic as well. Now, let me tell you about the vehicles that we travel in. They usually have these Toyota Land Cruisers are usually what I've traveled in the last couple of years, but I've also seen the Land Rovers and a few Mercedes land type vehicles as well. But these Toyota Land Cruisers are pretty good. They're elongated, so they have two seats in the front, the driver, and usually an empty seat up front, but they also have 6 other seats in the back. And we had plenty of vehicles. There was 14 people on our trip, and we had 4 different vehicles for us, and so that would have, we could do 3, 4, and there was one group of people on our tour that were 6 people related. They chose to go in and be 6 in a vehicle, and we're fine with that. But we try to make it just putting 4 or less people per safari vehicle with a driver and guide. This is a little bit, the roads are not paved, I can tell you that. I don't think he liked us coming up on him like that. You can hear Charlotte in the background. This is, you can see myself, Charlotte, my wife, and my cousin Jane was on the tour as well. Jane, if you're watching tonight, hi. Hadn't seen you in a while since August. And then our safari vehicle with Brile Safari heading into the sunset. We have to be back at our camp before sunset. Actually, it's supposed to be there 30 minutes before sunset. And we can't go out before 45 minutes after sunrise. So it's very regulated in the Serengeti National Park. The wildlife, all of these photos are, and most of them are from Charlotte. She had a wonderful camera, a 35 millimeter SLR with a 400 millimeter zoom lens at least. And so she took a lot of these photos that are, there's nothing like it. I took photos with my iPhone the 2 times I've been there and had some good ones as well. But having a decent camera really makes a big difference. Lions, giraffes, flamingos, whatever that bird is over there, a herring, maybe, zebras, giraffes, African eagle. I can't remember the name of the bird on the right-hand side. Cheetahs, lion cubs, baboons, Cape buffalo, wildebeest. That's Pumbaa and what's her name from the Lion King? I can't. It escapes me. I'm here all alone. Nobody's helping with anything, but you know what I'm talking about. Warthogs. There we go. Warthogs. A lioness there and a lion, cheetah and a cub, ostrich, and then going to our wonderful tour guides and drivers. We had 4 of them. This is Frederick. We're in the Gora Gora crater here, one of the days on the trip. This is what we called him, the general. He was the man in charge. This is some of the folks on our group, Jerry and crew there. And here's Charlotte and I at the very end of the tour with all 4 of the guides that we had, the driver guides. Jerry right here and Freddie bumping chest with each other. General giving the directions for everybody. We're having a boxed lunch. By the way, when we go down safari during the middle of the day, it is in the wild. So our safari camp packs a boxed lunch for us, a very good boxed lunch. We never could finish it all. Everything, basically it's a 3 or 4 course meal packed in that box. And so we thoroughly enjoyed that, but we're out in the wild and it's because we go out all day and come back at night. So we leave at 8, well, sometimes even 6 o'clock in the morning and don't get back until 6 o'clock at night. The general's closing out.
Safaris to be your host in Tanzania. Okay. We had a great time to be with you and hope We'll see you again.
Yes.
Tonight,
And the general went on and on and on about driving us around and everything else, but there is nothing like it going on a safari with these folks. Now, my connection with all of these guys is that we travel around the United States and visit these travel and adventure shows. And on the floor of these shows, we have a table set up, and I sell my tours to Europe. But there are 100 or so other people standing around and doing the same thing I am, selling tours to the United States, to Florida, to Africa, to you name it. And so over the years, we've made great connections with these folks, go out to dinner with them at night and enjoy meeting with each other, even travel sometimes with each other. And so that's how I made the connection to go to Africa, just like I made the connection to go to Ecuador as well. So I can guarantee you that the folks that are in charge of this, that Charlotte and I, or Charlotte and or I will be there with you, but the folks that are there to lead us, like the general and the tour company that organized this Brille Safari, are just fantastic. We also have one optional event on this tour. It's pricey. It's 500 bucks or more, and it is a balloon ride at daylight. But if it fits your budget, you need to do it because it is something once in a lifetime thing for me. Fantastic, and you'll never forget it. Floating across the Serengeti, silent, 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 looking down and seeing all the game roaming around on the Serengeti Delta plain there. Hey, David McGuffin here. We are in Arusha, or actually Uso River, and at the River Trees, we're finishing up, completing our final afternoon on our safari tour here. And so I'm just going to run around and talk to the people on the tour and let them give you a little heads up on what they enjoyed the most or what they enjoyed about our tour experience. Hey, this is Shannon.
Hi, I loved all of it, but my favorite was all the baby animals. We saw baby lions, baby zebras, all the things.
Perfect, thank you. Charlotte, you know, she's traveled with me. She's kind of in charge of this tour. What's your favorite part?
Well, my favorite part is all of the animal drives that we do. And like Shannon said, all the baby animals, I just loved it.
Yeah.
And yesterday was very intense and very exciting, seeing the crocodile get the real
All the
Some beasts survived.
yeah, on the Nile River crossing.
That was cool.
Hey, Jane.
Hey, my highlight was seeing elephants for the first time in the wild, and then seeing them every day, even to the point where the last day one trumpeted goodbye to me.
Hey, Kathy.
I enjoyed every bit of this trip and taking the pictures. Just we have fantastic pictures, but the balloon ride was absolutely awesome. And I also have to talk about Frederick's joke on me. It was so funny. The drivers were great.
They were fantastic. Driver guy. Hey, Joe.
The whole trip was great. This is glamping, not camping. I mean, we stayed in the nicest places.
Yes.
Even we're in the middle of the Serengeti. We had people serving us. I mean, this is really terrific. And I'm with Kathy. I thought the balloon ride was just out of sight, really. And it was first class all the way, super fast, all the way down to a champagne dinner.
Hello, John. Hey, John.
Yeah, I want to tell you we appreciate y'all coming to our anniversary party. And thanks for treating us so nicely. You know, everywhere you went, these folks were singing when you left, and they were singing when you come back.
Yeah, fantastic.
They hadn't done any more for you. Animals were wonderful.
Yeah, the animals are wonderful. Hey, buddy.
I loved every minute of it.
Okay.
Our drivers were awesome. The service in all of our hotels were wonderful. And I love seeing all the animals interact with each other, especially the little babies. They were so cute. I loved it.
Everybody loves the baby animals. Thank you. Hey, Roy.
Hey, David, I think that one thing you should consider that most people, particularly elderly people, have bucket lists.
Yeah.
And I see on that bucket list quite often African safari.
Yeah.
Now I understand why.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Susan.
Never disappointed on a David McGuffin trip, and this one did not disappoint. My favorite was seeing the dik-diks, the smallest antelopes in Africa.
Hey, cool. Hey, Jerry.
Yeah, this was a bucket list trip for Joan and I, and turned out to be much more than we could have expected. I guess the things I enjoyed the most were the chase, when we saw the cheetah almost catch the jackal, and the Great Migration, and the balloon ride was, everything was tremendous. And the people on the trip and the people we met were all just wonderful.
Fantastic. And you don't usually take group trips, do you?
No,
Okay. Thank you for being a part of our group.
it was great.
Yeah.
Oh, the whole thing was absolutely fantastic. We love seeing all the animals. My favorite was always the zebras. I always loved the zebras. They're like horses almost. So I like the zebras.
They're so great.
Oh, they are. And they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
And everything, all the accommodations were really fantastic. I really, really enjoyed the picture.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey, Paul.
This was beyond my expectation. I never thought that we would see the quantity of animals, babies, and variety, and birds, and trees. Everything is just so gorgeous. Beautiful pictures to take. Everything was great. The people are just wonderful. You just feel like you're friends with them. Yeah, just
Thank you, Paul. Goodbye.
Amazing experience all around for sure. But of course, Jerry stole my favorite thing, which was the cheetah chase.
Okay.
So that's still my favorite, even when Jerry took it.
You got it, no problem. Lee, I'm sorry I left you for
I
last.
left it to the end. Well, I certainly enjoyed the whole trip, but I'm kind of go along with Mike. I thought one of the most amazing thing was watching the mother cheetah, and I guess it was one of her younger ones. First look after the gazelles, and then finally found the young boy ran into a jackal and charged after him, and we stood there and watched him chase him and get within this close of him. And finally, the jackal made it away from him.
Goodness
Plus the migration across the river and the thousands of wildebeest and the zebras. It's just a truly amazing experience.
Right. Fantastic. Okay. All right, to recap that safari, August of 2027, August 24 to September 2nd. Please take a look at it. It's $11,559, $100 off of it if you book it between now and the 15th of December this year. Remember, refundable deposits until August the 1st, 2026. That looks like 8, but 2026. And so think about it. You click that, go to davidmcguffin.com tour safari or QR code. It'll take you a page like that. Like I said before, if you're new, register. If you're an alumni, log in and pay your deposit, and you'll be all set for one of the 12 to 14 people on our Serengeti safari tours as well. Well, thank you guys for being a part of this tonight. And I got one more slide and we're done. And so let me do that for you because I had fun creating this with AI. I'm going through a process of an old man trying to learn new tricks. And I've learned that I can talk and write about stuff, and then you got this AI character that can create everything. So here's my happy Thanksgiving wish to you. 2 days from now, happy Thanksgiving. I just wish you the very, very best. And may God bless the USA, bless you and your family as you celebrate Thanksgiving coming up in 2 days. Until then, your adventure starts right here with David McGuffin's Exploring Europe.